good safety information for you and your family, and we look forward to seeing you. 7 o'clock tonight, Homewood High School. Let's go to SkyTracker. Everybody's buzzing about the weather. What's up with that? Well, there's two distinct waves coming at us. One in the northern branch of the jet stream. That's the one over the Midwest. Another one in the southern branch. That's the one over Arizona and New Mexico. And yes, there's a good chance those will phase across the deep south. A storm forms tomorrow night. Will it be rain? Will it be snow? That's the big question. That's what we'll talk about. Let's take a look at temperatures across the state right now. After a cool day, you've got some 30s on the board. Up in the Coleman County area, 30s there, 40s elsewhere. Most spots will be somewhere between 25 and 29 degrees by daybreak tomorrow morning with a clear sky tonight and diminishing wind. But the weather will change rapidly. Let's roll the satellite view across the southeastern states. That little clipper come down through here late last night, early this morning, that actually brought enough snow to make the cars white up in Jackson County. That's up in the northeastern corner of the state around the skyline of Scottsboro. That's long gone. Will be clear tonight, but tomorrow clouds will move back in. On the national view, you've got the wave coming in from the north, wave coming in from the south, the surface low forms on the Gulf. Where will that thing be? Well, let's take a look. This is the projection for late tomorrow night. We think the surface low should be somewhere over southwest Alabama. That position would mean mostly a soaking rain for much of north and central Alabama. To the north, we think the better chance of snow late tomorrow night should be north of the line from about Hamilton to Coleman to Collinsville. And having said that, as the low pulls off northeast, the rain should change to snow as far south as Birmingham and Anniston. We don't expect any accumulation down here at this point. We could see it dusting, but the better chance of accumulation up in that snow belt. And if you really want snow, how about Tennessee? A winter storm watch in effect over the Volunteer State. Places like Nashville and Knoxville could see over 3 inches. Our forecast for tonight, mostly fair and cold. The low should be in the upper 20s, around 28. For tomorrow, increasingly cloudy. The chance of rain late in the day, the high 52. Tomorrow night, a soaking rain, maybe mixing with or changing to light snow after midnight. The overnight low 32. And what a cold blast for the weekend. We'll be in the 30s all day Saturday. A chance of snow flurries or snow showers. Down to 21 Sunday morning. Still very cold on Sunday with sunshine returning. And then we'll warm up next week. Don't forget you can catch my forecast on great radio stations around the state, including in Birmingham, 98.7 KISS FM. Real quick, let me talk to the peanut gallery here. What's your name? Jessica. Well, where are you here tonight? Brenda LaDunn's coming. All right, what's your name? Jake, why are you here tonight? What about the weather? Okay, now listen, I hear Dave Baird might come down here tonight. What do you guys think about that? Oh. Hey, just don't get any respect. No, it's over that. I will tell him who you are. How about that? You guys were awesome. Thank you. Yay! No talent here. What did he say?
In June, producing rainfall amounts of 2 to 4 inches and flooding over southwest Alabama. Tropical storm Cindy moved through Alabama July 6th, producing 8 tornadoes in the spiral band rotating around the system. 4 days later, on July 10th, Hurricane Dennis rolled northward into the state, producing heavy rain, high winds, and isolated tornadoes. Thousands of trees were blown down, and wind damage was reported in 39 Alabama counties. Atmore in Escambia County was especially hard hit. On August 29th, after catastrophic damage on the central Gulf Coast, Hurricane Katrina rolled through West Alabama with winds reaching as high as 90 miles an hour. The worst reported damage was in Sumter, Marengo, and Greene counties. Tree and power line damage was widespread, and many homes were covered by falling trees. On September 25th, the outer bands of Hurricane Rita were responsible for 21 tornadoes across central Alabama. 10 of those twisters touched down in Tuscaloosa County, including this one, captured live on ABC 3340 by our Tuscaloosa Tower cam. 2 people were injured in the western part of Tuscaloosa County.
My name is James Spann. I'm the Chief Meteorologist for ABC 3340. I've been doing the weather on television here since the Civil War. The only guy that's been on television in Birmingham longer than me is Country Boy Eddie. Does anybody remember Country Boy Eddie? Yeah. I am on the air weeknights at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. And look, most of you know who I am. And the first thing I want to do tonight is just share a few logistical points. At 25, I don't know what the 25th anniversary gift is, but I better figure it out in a hurry. I know it's expensive. But we have two boys. One boy is 21 years old. He is a college student. The other boy is 8. And God does have a sense of humor, we've learned. We got one in college and one in 3rd grade. So, you know, we're kind of going through the whole thing again. But that's a big part of what I do. But I really enjoy the weather. I have had a childlike fascination with weather ever since I was in 1st grade. And for you kids that like weather, hey, I was in there with you, and look what happened to me. So it's a joy to be here tonight. We have some great Alabama weather stories to share. I have been together for quite a while. In fact, I can't remember working with the same group of folks for such a long time. We've basically been there since the station signed on the air. So at this time, I'm going to bring out our weekend meteorologist, John Oldshue.
Yeah, my name's John Oldshue, just like an old shoe, and if you think, I mean, really, that's the name. If you think of something new, like new sock or old boot or stinky shoe, whatever it is, I want to hear it, because I've been hearing them since grade school. I've worked for 9 years with James. When I was 7 years old, I remember watching TV and watching a weatherman and thinking, golly, I want to do that someday, and I'd really like to work with him. That was him. I watched the last year, and he hasn't started shaving yet, but he is a great meteorologist. Jason Simpson, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, John. I'm the morning meteorologist, which means I've been up for a while today. Usually wake up pretty early in the morning. Our show starts at 5 o'clock, so you know, I've been doing weather for a couple of years now. I started out in Mississippi. I went to Mississippi State University, and these guys here always kid me about all sorts of jokes about my age, but I'm not as young as I look, and I really enjoy working here. It's a real blessing to be here in Birmingham. I'm from just up the road. I grew up in Coleman County, so again, it's a real big blessing to be here. It's close to home as I'll ever be, and this is a great place to be working with these guys around here. And somebody else that we work with, and James says he's been doing weather since the Civil War in Birmingham. This man has been doing weather with the National Weather Service since the Revolutionary War. His name is Brian Peters. Come on out, Brian.
I don't know. If these storm alert tours keep going, I'm going to be older than Methuselah here before we get going. Well, it's certainly a pleasure to be here this evening. And I did work for the National Weather Service for 36 years. And one day, very close to the end of my career with the Weather Service, Mr. Spann.
We had an incredible weather disaster in the state. I am not sure exactly how many died, and I don't think we'll ever know. You can piece together newspaper accounts and reports from law enforcement. The number was probably in the hundreds. But as we went back and did some research on this, and by the way, we had over a dozen tornadoes. We think some of those were long-track F4s, F5s, all through central and north Alabama. I found a man who lives now in Shelby County, down in Columbiana, and he survived that thing. He was 4 years old. His mom, dad, and 5 brothers and sisters were killed. And he struggled with this issue for a long time, but I've known Mr. Latham for a little while, and I said, Jack, would you be willing to tell your story publicly? And so for the first time, he's opened up and he's talked about it. So let's go back to March 21st, 1932, and hear this Alabama's worst tornado outbreak.